Welcome to the London Palladium for the Royal Variety performance in the presence of their Royal Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The show is in aid of the Royal Variety charity, of which Her Majesty the Queen is patron. Their Royal Highnesses are introduced to Laurie Mansfield, Life President of the charity, and its chairman, Giles Cooper. The royal party greets some of the stars of tonight's show, Jamal Westman and Rachel John from Hamilton, as well as Take That. As their Royal Highnesses make their way into the theatre, the state trumpeters of the band of the Household Cavalry, together with members of the Invictus Games Choir, lead the national anthem. Your Royal Highnesses, Lords, ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome your host for this evening, Mr. Greg Davies.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Royal Variety Performance 2018! It is the biggest night in show business. It's an absolute honour to be here supporting this wonderful charity. You're in for an incredible night. And can I just say, straight off the bat, on a personal note, how delightful it is for me to come on stage for once and not be the oldest person in the room. And I mean that as a compliment. I am a middle-aged man and I despise anyone under the age of 25. So to look out here and see this wonderful sea of grey heads, it is an absolute delight for me. And isn't it nice to be, for us all to be in a theatre and for all of the older, grumpy people to be downstairs? And whilst up in the box, there's a lovely young, vibrant couple with their whole lives in front of them. In many ways, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is going to be a reverse Muppet show. Please, a huge welcome for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And on behalf of us, I'm sure you all agree, we would like to congratulate them on their wonderful news. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a system when I do a show. When I come out and do a comedy show, I have a simple system, and it's this. I go home to my mother's house with a little book, and I wait for her and her friends to say absolutely bonkers things. I write them in my little book, I learn them, I go out into theatres, I repeat what they've said, and then I keep all the money. Time after time, she said, what do I ever get out of it, Greg? What do I ever get out of being the butt of your jokes? Well, I'll tell you what she's had so far. She's had 2/3 of the price of a conservatory and a fee at 500. That's exactly what she said. So when I got offered this show, I knew I had no choice. I knew I had to do it straight away. Not only because it's a great honour for me, obviously, but also because my mother is a huge fan of the royal family, and I knew that she would love it, and I'm thrilled that my mum is here tonight. Well, yes, why not? Why not? So, may I present for you the top 5 most ridiculous things that my mum and her friends have said about royalty. Coming in at number 5. On the recent royal tour to Australia, the Duchess was given a slightly unusual gift. In Australia, she was presented with a bunch of carrots, a gift that you took with very good grace. You seemed genuinely thrilled with the carrots, which is no mean feat. Congratulations on that. It did not go down well with my mum, ladies and gentlemen. She said, and I quote, "It's disgraceful giving a duchess carrots as a gift. They're not even the main part of a meal." What's an omelette would have been all right, would it, Mum? Coming in at number 4. I watched the royal wedding with my mum and her best friend Pat. We were having a lovely time, and when Prince Harry was first seen on the screens, my mum said, "There's Prince Harry, doesn't he look handsome?" And her best friend Pat turned round and said, "Yes, I think all of us single ladies were a bit disappointed when Harry got taken." What, you think you were in with a shout, Pat, do you? I mean, with the best will in the world, Pat is a 78-year-old retired school bursar, ladies and gentlemen. She would tell you herself she's past her prime. And I quote, "I'm thinking of getting my teeth fixed. They're beginning to look like a bag of quavers." Coming in at number 3. The celebrity guests started arriving at the wedding, and my mum spotted George Clooney. She said, "Oh, look, how lovely, there's George Clooney at the wedding." And she turned to Pat and she said, "You met George Clooney once, didn't you?" And this is probably my favourite quote. Pat replied, "No." No, never met him. Coming in at number 2. Apropos of nothing, once the wedding was underway, my mum turned to me and said, "You know what worries me?" I said, "Go on." She said, "I'm worried that the Queen owns all of the swans in the country." And I said, "Why does that worry you, Mum?" And she said, "Well, I'd hate to get in trouble if I ate one." And I said, "Are you planning to eat a swan, Mum?" To which she replied, "Not on purpose." By accident, is it, Mum? I mean, when we were kids, I once saw my sister accidentally eat a marble, but I am yet to see a grown woman walking by a lake, lose her footing, fall, somehow unhinge her lower jaw, and consume a 60-pound freshwater bird. But I do want to see that. I do want to see it. I've got one more quote from my beloved mother, but before I tell you that, I'd like you to welcome onto stage my footman for the Royal Variety performance. It's little Alex Horne! Hello, Greg. Thank you. Hello, Alex. Alex is extremely excited, I imagine, to be here at the Royal Variety Show.
I was excited. I didn't know about the outfit.
It's an impressive outfit. He looks lovely, doesn't he, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes. Thank you very much.
I have one more quote from you from my mother. It's not funny, it's just true. We were watching the royal wedding, and my mum said to me, because she knew I was doing the Royal Variety performance, she said, "You worried about it?" And I said, "I'm a little nervous, yes." She said, you don't need to be nervous, love." Let's put the quote up, can we? And I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, she said it with the arrogance of someone who'd met the entire family. And I thought it was an idea that I should explore fully on stage. So I have written a song for you, sir. I hope it's appropriate. It explores the idea that our nans are the same. It's called My Nan, Your Nan. My nan likes to potter in the garden, although she will concede that the cold rather gets to her knees. My nan likes doing cryptic crosswords, and the kettle's always on 'cause she drinks endless cups of tea. And your nan's the actual queen. My nan nibbles shortbread biscuits.
Of course she does, they're delicious.
She's not allowed to drive, so she either gets a bus or a train.
Subsidised travel.
My nan, she worries about the weather.
What if it's chilly?
And she always keeps a brolly in a handbag in case of rain. And talking of rains, your nan's the constitutional head of state, and no one can form a government without her consent. She's descended from a 1,000-year monarchy, and my nan's face is not on money. Nans, they're both just normal nans. They're both just normal nans. They're both just normal nans. My nan, she likes egg and chips.
She dips her chips in the egg.
She doesn't have a flag to raise to tell you that she's home.
She's just always home.
Your nan, she has her name on ships.
She doesn't lift the ships in the egg.
And they both have very different seats that they describe as a throne. My nan said the lady should have a hat for every occasion. And when your nan isn't wearing a hat, they're kept in a fortress, they're guarded by ravens. Nans, they're both just normal nans. They're both just normal nans. They're both just normal nans. Your nan, she has lots of footmen. My nan sees the footman on Tuesdays because she's got corns. My nan, your nan has a coat of arms. My nan has a body warmer, which is a coat with no arms. Your nan's face is on my nan's tea towels. You won't find my nan on a Google search. My nan's the chairman of a local bridge club. Your nan's the head of the Anglican Church. Your nan's seen on 12 prime ministers. My nan's outlived 7 cats. Your nan's been accorded many titles. My nan has a cord above her bath. Your nan was played by Helen Mirren, and every single swan is hers to keep.
And indeed.
Your nan indirectly invented Coronation Chicken, and by 3 p.m. on Christmas Day, my nan is asleep. Nans, they're both just normal nans. They're both just normal nans. They're both just normal nans. Bring on the nans! Variety Performance 2018, a British institution. And here's another one. Ladies and gentlemen, take that!
I'm popping, gate crashing, light flashing, fence up in love. Mind spinning, back breaking, soul taking, heart stopping love. So take a minute, take a high to the limit, baby, own it and make it your mind. We're gonna be out of our heads tonight. We're gonna be out of our heads tonight. The past, the present, and the future's gonna be fine. We're gonna be out of our heads tonight. All the lawbreakers, all the naughty lawmakers, this is your time. I'm thrashing, chest thumping, I'm coming deep, breathing love. Oh, fist punching, head banging, I'm standing, jaw crunching love. So take a mouthful who wants to be subliminal. Oh, we can make it so right. We're gonna be out of our heads tonight. We're gonna be out of our heads tonight. The past, the present, and the future's gonna be fine. We're gonna be out of our heads tonight. Oh, all the lawbreakers, all the naughty lawmakers, this is your time. Oh, solid lives on the 7, turn it up to 11, baby, no, don't filter the light. Yeah, we all have a mission, take the time to wake the living from the left, right in front and behind. We're gonna be out of our heads tonight. We're gonna be out of our heads tonight. The past, the present, and the future's gonna be alright. We're gonna be out of our heads tonight. All the lawbreakers, all the naughty lawmakers, this is your time. All the lawbreakers, all the naughty lawmakers, this is your time. Yeah.
Coming up, George Ezra, Hamilton the Musical, and the sensational Andrea and Matteo Bocelli.
At 22, this next performer from Norway has had an incredible year with sold-out performances, impressive record sales, and on the eve of a European tour with Maroon 5, she joins us to perform her standout single, Strangers. It is the sensational Sigrid!
Just like in the movies, it starts to rain a week. We're the broken beauties, blindfolded minds collide and we fall. When the curtain drops, our touch is just a touch, not like in the movies. Our stories of
Ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand, please welcome comedian Rhod Woodward.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Great to be here. We're living the dream, the Royal Variety Show. Marriage is an adventure. It is. My wife, she surprises me on a daily basis. You wouldn't believe what she came out with the other day. I couldn't believe it. She suggested a little bit of romantic role play. I know. I thought, oh, I'm not sure. But in the end, I thought nothing ventured. I said, okay then. And she introduced me to another man. I said, who is that? She said, he'll be playing the part of you. I said, no chance. So in the end, we compromised. She was a school teacher. I was a naughty schoolboy who needed to be punished, which was fantastic, until she got my parents involved. It was our wedding anniversary the other day, and my wife and I, we thought we would go out, make a night of it. It started off weird. Like, I was ready first. I'm stood by the door, waiting to go. My wife comes down. She takes one look at me. She said, you're not seriously thinking of wearing that out, are you? I said, no. These are my making up my mind clothes. I just put these on to help me decide what I'm really going to wear. I said, these are my thinking pants. There we go. So we end up in our favourite Italian restaurant. And the waiter comes over. He's a new guy. And he's like an Italian stallion flirt machine. Right. Oh, he's made a beeline for my wife. Very handsome man. Ignored me completely. He starts serenading her at the table. He's like that. When the moon hit your eye like the big pizza pie. And my wife, she's gone all googly. She's singing along. She's like, that's some more on, you know. Pointing at me. What's all that about? He went, what do you fancy apart from me? I had to butt in. I said, excuse me. I'm here as well. Well, he turned to me with disdain. He went, what do you want? Everybody looked over. They all went quiet. He went, what do you want? I thought, pick anything off the menu. Just order anything. I said, I'll have the Pagioni, please. He went, that's page 1, you muppet. It turns out he's one of these waiters who likes you to have a go at the pronunciation. He went, speak to me in Italian. I said, well, I would, but there's no need, because I can see what I want. I'll have the lasagna. I said, the lasagna ali forno. He went, it's forno. I said, eh? He said, it's forno. He went, repeat after me. Forno. I went, forno. He went, there we are. It's not hard, is it? When you try. And he disappeared in a big flurry of talcum powder. I said to my wife, I said, I don't like him. I do not like him, which upset her, because she did like him. And the thing is with my wife, when she's upset, like a lot of ladies, she's got this amazing ability. It's a talent, whereby she can turn into a ventriloquist. Just so she can give me a rollicking in a public place. She went to... Don't. Don't you dare. For a minute, I didn't know who was talking. I thought... I thought it was like the voice of God. I said, can you hear that, or is that just me? I said, well, I'm just saying I don't like him, okay? I don't like him. And he's not having a tip. I couldn't wait for him to come back at the end of the night with his little silver tray. He plonked it down in front of me. There we are, my friend. Oh, my friend now, is it? I said. There we are, my friend, he said. The bill. Under the credit card machine. He said, when it asks you if you like to leave a tip, you just press this button for yes. I said, well, I'll be pressing this one for no. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Have a great Christmas. Hope to see you again sometime.
Ladies and gentlemen, taken from Andrea Bocelli's #1 album, C, please welcome to the stage Andrea and his very talented son, Matteo, with Fall on Me.
I thought sooner or later the lights up above would come down in circles and God made a love. Don't know what's right for me, I cannot see straight. I've been here too long and I don't wanna wait for it. Fly like a cannonball straight to my soul. Tear me to pieces and make me feel whole. I'm willing to fight for it and carry this weight. But with every step I keep questioning what is true. Fall on me. Open arms, fall on me from where you are. Fall on me with all your light, with all your light, with all.
Sempre guidarti saprà, tu non arrenderti, attento a non perderti, e il tuo passato avrà senso per te. Vorrei che credessi in te stesso, ma sì, in ogni passo che muoverai qui è un viaggio infinito, sorriderò se nel tempo che fugge mi porti con te. Ascoltami, fall on me, abbracciami, fall on me, finché vorrai, finché
Stay tuned for spectacular performances from Cirque du Soleil and Tina, the Tina Turner musical.
Royal Variety favourite. Our next act never ceases to amaze and astound. Their latest show, Totem, opens at the Royal Albert Hall in January. And here with an extract from that show, seen for the first time on British television, it's Cirque du Soleil! The absolutely incredible Cirque du Soleil, ladies and gentlemen. Please would you welcome back from Cirque du Soleil the brilliant Wen and Mia. Hello. I was chatting to the brilliant Wen and Mia backstage. Through their interpreter, my Mandarin is not what it once was, so I won't attempt to interview them, but I learnt that just to get proficient on one of those incredible unicycles, it takes 6 full years. But to get up and do a simple ride can be done fairly quickly, and so with their help, it's the first for the Royal Variety. You're going to see a man ride one of those long unicycles for the first time, because I am prepared to sacrifice my footman, little Alex Horne. Please welcome him. Bring on the unicycle. Alex, you're going to need to pop that on.
Why?
It's not dangerous.
Why do I have to wear this then?
It is dangerous. The ladies have very kindly offered to support him. Get up, then. Get your coat off, get up. This, ladies and gentlemen, should be an example of just how dedicated you do need to be to master... You all right?
Oh, God.
Let's get an encouraging clap going, ladies and gentlemen.
OK.
You never got to go, just go a couple of feet.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
You all right?
Winded. Winded.
And that's the dedication it takes to get good at that, ladies and gentlemen. Pathetic. Pathetic. An example there of a performer that doesn't need anything but a healthy dose of common sense. By stark contrast, tonight's charity does incredible work on behalf of those who need and deserve our support.
For over 100 years, the Royal Variety Performance has raised funds to provide a safe home for retired workers of the entertainment industry who've fallen on hard times. Well, this is it, Brinsworth House, or as we know it, a paradise for old pros. The building was purchased in 1911 by the Variety Artists Benevolent Fund. The name may have changed, but it's the same charity that still supports the house today. You know, you come in here and you feel the homeliness, you feel the warmth, the friendliness of the staff, but it isn't a place just to stay, it's actually a place to live. You can really tell how much the staff here care for the residents. There's even the Old Pros Bar, and why not? With walls lined with some well-known faces. You can only imagine some of the stories that must have been told over the years. You know, it all started with the names on this board, 600 people. Variety artists were often on the road touring all year round, never settling down to own a home, and when they took their final bow and left the stage, there was little or no help. So the industry came together and created this place, a home for its own. Today, Brinsworth is still a home for people who have worked in the entertainment industry, performers, technicians, on stage or behind the cameras. The Noble 600 weren't on their own. King George V and Queen Mary, our Queen's grandparents, began attending the royal shows. Since then, the generations of our royal family have attended each and every year. For me, what makes this place so special is that it's here to help those who are less fortunate and who have strived all their lives to entertain others, but now need our support.
Hello, everyone. I'm backstage with this idiot, just to reassure you everything's fine. How are you feeling? Alex, how are you feeling?
No.
Alex, I'm asking you how you're feeling.
I'm trying to tell you how I'm feeling.
Don't you mean... I'm just trying to tell you how I'm feeling. I'm trying to make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Medic!
Still to come, Circus 1903, Clean Bandit, and Britain's Got Talent winner, Lost Voice Guy.
consecutive #1 singles and an astonishing 10 billion streams to date. This act have definitely made a big impression since their debut 4 years ago. Here tonight to perform an exclusive medley with special guest Marina. Please welcome Clean Bandit!
I'm sorry if it's all too much, but every day you're here, I'm healing. And I was running out of luck. I never thought I'd find this feeling. 'Cause I've been hearing symphonies, yeah. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless. And now your song is on repeat, and I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. You hold me tight and I let go. Symphony. Every single night I lose it. I can't even hear the music without you. Try to stop myself from calling, but I really wanna know if you're with someone new. Since you've been gone, I've been dancing on my own. These boys up in my zone, but they can't turn me on. 'Cause baby, you're the only one I'm coming for. I can't take no more, no more, no more. I wanna, but I'm broken hearted. But I like to party. But I got nobody, so I do it so low. I do it so low. I do it so low. Standing here in an empty room, I saw you there, and my blood ran cold. Take me back to the long September, don't know how I ever let you go. I was young, didn't know about love. You were, I couldn't get enough. Gave my heart to another lover, don't know how I ever let you go. Find me another place and time. If only you were mine. But I'm already someone else's baby. Guess I had my last chance, and now this is our last dance. You fell through the cracks in my hands. Hard to say it's over, but I'm already someone else's baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm already someone else's baby.
from wowing audiences around the world, the next act will have you on the edge of your seats as they impress with jaw-dropping stunts and extraordinary animal puppetry. About to open at the Royal Festival Hall, please welcome the spectacular Circus 1903.
20 more to come, including pop sensation George Ezra and the brilliant Rhod Gilbert.
The biggest hit of the summer, taken from the biggest selling album of the year. This next performer makes his Royal Variety debut tonight. Please give a very warm welcome to the wonderful George Ezra!
Ain't going alligator to see you later. Gotta hit the road, gotta hit the road. Sunny change in the atmosphere. I can tell you're unfamiliar. I can get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Yeah. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Well, south of the equator, navigator, gotta hit the road, gotta hit the road. Deep-sea diving round the clock, bikini bottoms like a toe. I can get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Yeah. feeling like someone. We are two in the front, two in the back, sailing along, and we don't look back. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone, someone, someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone. See what I mean? I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone. Know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun.
This summer, our next guest performed for a television audience of millions when he gave a spellbinding performance at the wedding of Your Royal Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The only people at the wedding who missed it were yourselves, as you were busy signing the register. So, we would like to take you back to that magical day. This is the wrong... This is entirely the wrong link. Yeah, I'm going to walk on again, but I'll tell you, if it goes wrong again, I'm walking. I mean, that's not going to work on telly, that sarcastic cheer, is it? Oh, thank you. What a lovely welcome. oh no. Oh, I'm sorry, Mum. Tina, the Tina Turner musical, had its world premiere at London's Aldwych Theatre earlier this year, and it has gone on to break box office records. It follows the inspiring story of Tina's life, and in this exclusive extract, we meet her on the verge of stardom as she enters the recording studio. Let's meet Tom Godwin playing the legendary Phil Spector and the hugely talented Adrian Warren as Tina!
Mr. Spector?
Tina, welcome! The queen of rock and roll! I'm happy. You finally came off the road to record with me. This will be, well, let us see what it will be, huh? Okay, Tina? Hit it!
When I was a little girl, I had a rag doll. Only doll I've ever owned.
Do it again.
When I was a little girl, I had a rag doll. There's something wrong, Mr. Spector.
Tina, I just need you to sing the melody. It goes, when I was a little girl, I had a rag doll.
When When I was a little girl, I had a rag.
Tina, you're coming in too fast. It's feeling a bit rushed. Look, I need you to sing on the beat. It's gonna go ba-ba-da-da-ba, 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 boom. And in the silence is where I want you to plant your feet and sing like you're singing to the God in yourself. Do you know what that feels like?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I do.
Good. Try it again. No pushing. And ladies and gentlemen, let's take it up to B flat.
When I was a little girl, I had a rag doll. Only doll I've ever owned. Now I love you just the way I love that rag doll. Only now my love is grown. And it gets stronger in every way. And it gets deeper, let me say. And it gets higher day by day. Oh, I love you, my oh my. Every river deep, mountain high. If I lost you, would I cry? Oh, how I love you, baby, 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 baby. When you were a young boy, did you have a puppy? Always followed you around. Well, I'm gonna be as faithful as that puppy. No, I'll never let you down. Sing it stronger, like a river flows, and it gets bigger, baby. Heaven knows, it gets sweeter, baby, as it grows. Oh, I love you, my oh my. River deep, mountain high. If I lost you, would I cry? Oh, how I love you, baby, 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 baby. I love you, baby, like a flower loves spring. I love you, baby, like a robin loves to sing. I love you, baby, like scuba loves to spin. I love you, baby, river deep, mountain high. Baby, no, baby, no, baby.
Still to come tonight, the award-winning Hamilton the Musical, Lost Voice Guy, and more from Take That. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Simon Cowell.
I'm here to introduce the winner of Britain's Got Talent this year. For me, we've had some incredible contestants over the years, This guy is unique, courageous, talented, naughty, and the moment he won was one of the greatest moments I will ever remember. And he deserves what's going to happen tonight, which is to perform in front of the royal family, which is a huge deal, probably the biggest prize in talent shows. His name is Lee, also known as Lost Voice Guy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Are you all very well? Yes! Before we get started, I don't always get walked onto stage by a glamorous assistant. I just noticed that the bloke over there looks like a benefit fraud inspector. So I'm trying to look as disabled as possible. It's great to be here at the Royal Variety Performance. You're probably wondering what was the best thing about winning the show. Was it the 250 grand prize money, or the chance to perform in front of the royal family? Well, I'd love to answer that question, but according to this new Apple Watch, it's time to drive my Porsche to the airport. I'm joking. As if I'd drive myself to the airport. But now that I've hit the big time, nothing will shut me up. Unless there's a power cut. One of the main advantages of winning a television show is that I get a lot more female attention. That's right. My grandma rings me at least twice a week now. I've even had the opportunity to perform in America. It was such a great experience, flying first class to Los Angeles. In fact, I was speechless on the plane. But that's the problem with being put into flight mode. I'm currently writing my autobiography as well. I'm not sure who I want to read the audio version, though. I can't decide between the self-service, checkout guy, and the bloke who tells you when heavy goods vehicles are reversing. When I was little, my parents sat me down and explained to me that I couldn't talk like other people. I thought I was really special. Then I realized that every Geordie child had the exact same conversation. I know not everyone likes the cold weather at Christmas. And I'm not a fan of it either. When my hands are freezing, it takes me 3 hours just to say one sentence. But I quite like the snow, really. It's the only time of the year that you all walk as badly as I do. Before I go, can I just say one last thing? Your Royal Highnesses, what a truly incredible honor it has been for you both to come face to face with the actual winner of Britain's Got Talent. You've been a fantastic audience. Even if you haven't, I can't really change what I say at this point. I hope you have had fun laughing at a disabled man. Enjoy the rest of your night. Goodbye.
Now, it's a huge pleasure to introduce a very special performance from the hottest show in town. It's broken records on both sides of the Atlantic, winning numerous Tony, Grammy and Olivier Awards. Here, performing the musical's opening number, please welcome the incredible cast of Hamilton!
How does a bastard orphan son of a whore and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by Providence, impoverished in squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar?
The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter.
And every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away across the waves, he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow or barter.
Then a hurricane came and devastation reigned. Man saw his future dripping down the drain. Put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain.
Well, the word got around, they said this kid is insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence you came, and the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton. There's a million things I haven't done, but just you wait, just you wait.
When he was 10, his father split, full of it, bedridden. 2 years later, see Alex and his mother bedridden, half dead, sitting in their bones sick, the scent thick, and Alex got better, but his mother went quick.
Moved in a way the cousin committed suicide. Left him with nothing but ruined pride. Something new inside, a boy saying, Alex, you gotta think for yourself. He started retreating and reading every treatise on the shelf.
There would have been nothing left to do for someone less astute. He would have been dead or destitute without a cent of restitution. Started working, clerking for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar cane and rum and all the things he can't afford. Scamming for every book he can get his hands on. Planning for the future, see him now as he stands on the bow of a ship headed for a new land. In New York, you can be a new man.
In New York, you can just be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. New York,
just you wait. I died for him.
Me, I trusted him.
I loved him.
And me, I'm the damn fool that shot him.
There's a million things I haven't done, but just you wait.
What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a real treat for me now to introduce a genuinely good friend of mine. He was once voted the sexiest man in Wales in what I can only presume was an administrative error. On the eve of his eagerly awaited first UK tour for 6 years, please welcome one of Wales's finest comedy exports, the one and only. Please go wild for Mr. Rhod Gilbert!
Hello, Rhod. I see you well. Let me hear you make some noise. It's lovely to be here. It's good to be back. It is 6 years since I've done stand-up comedy. To be honest with you, I had no plans to return. I had no intention of ever doing it again. But then I met a bloke called John. Because my friend John had a gift, ladies and gentlemen. He had a wonderful, beautiful, simple gift. And it is the greatest gift you can give to any comedian, ladies and gentlemen. My new friend John was thick as pig's mince. Every time I knew something good was coming, he'd say, "The thing is, Rhod, the thing is," and I would get my pen. And that's the way it worked. In the end, there was so much of it that I started recording him on this little device and then writing it into this book, ladies and gentlemen. And this book I call the Book of John. This is a faithful record of many of our conversations. I'm going to start you off with a very easy one. A 10-minute argument about frozen prawns. I'll give you the context. Basically, my wife and I, we like to go to Iceland on holiday. That's kind of our destination of choice. The country, not the shop. Not the shop, the country. We go to the country, we fly to Reykjavik, we hire a 4x4. I don't know if you've ever done it. We visit the ice fields, we go and see the Northern Lights. It's a wonderful place, so I recommended it to John. My new friend John, not interested, Rhod. Not interested, don't want to go to Iceland, no interest whatsoever. I said, "Why is that, John?" He said, "Because my favourite thing in the world is seafood." And John is worried, ladies and gentlemen, that he won't be able to get fresh prawns in Iceland. You can, he's an idiot, right? This is his thinking, though. This is because there's always some logic with John. There's always some logic in here. This is his logic, is that you won't be able to get fresh prawns in Iceland because the sea around Iceland is so cold that Icelandic fishermen can only fish for frozen prawns. That is what we are dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we were up against. So I said to you, because I thought maybe I've misunderstood. Maybe I've got the wrong end of the stick, you know, right? So I thought I'll clarify what he's saying. So I said, "You're saying, John, and this is the bit I want to be very clear about, you're saying that frozen prawns, and this is the key word, live. Frozen prawns live in the sea around Iceland." "Yes, Rhod, how else would they survive?" I said, "How do they survive if they're frozen? How do they, how do they adapt?" He said, "Oh, they're born frozen." I said, "What, they're born frozen? What's a frozen parent? Prawns? The whole family is frozen?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Well, what do they look like? How do they, have they got heads?" He said, "Of course they got heads. Of course they got heads, Rhod, they've got to eat. These prawns have got..." I said, "Well, what can they eat? They're frozen solid. How do they get to the food? He said, "Oh, they eat other frozen stuff." I said, "What are we talking about? Peas? Calippos? Potato waffles? What the hell are we talking about? Findus crispy pancakes?" I said, "One last question, John." I said, you know when you go to the supermarket and you buy a bag of frozen prawns and you put that in the car and you get that home and you put that bag of frozen prawns in your freezer." I said, "Are you saying, John, that those prawns, in theory, could still be alive?" "Oh, no, not in a bag, they'd suffocate." That's what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're dealing with. We stayed in a hotel, right? We stayed in a hotel in Manchester one night. And my room backed onto the car park, the back of the hotel. And I was up all night, or most of the night, because there was an aircon unit or a generator. I'll play you the sound, right? I'll play you the sound. This was the sound. This is how noisy it was in my bedroom. So I didn't get a very good night's sleep because I was listening to this. But I thought I'll record it, right? That was the plan. I thought I'll record it, and because I was going to go and complain in the morning. I thought I'll go and complain, right? I'll go down to reception. I'll play it for you now, right? I'll play it for you, and I was going to complain. I was going to go down. Can you hear that? That's what it was like in my room. So I was going to go down in the morning, and I was going to say, "Could you sleep with this? Could you put up with this? I want to see the manager. I can't sleep on this. I've been awake all night. Listen to the noise in my room. I'm not paying for this." I didn't in the end. I fell asleep and forgot about it, right? But then the next morning, I spoke to John. And something you should know about John is he's a fixer, right? John is a fixer. He loves a problem to solve. Loves to get his teeth into it, loves to get his head into a problem and come up with a solution that only he could think of, right? So we had this conversation. John said, "How did you sleep?"
I said, oh, not very well, John. My room was too noisy. Do you want to hear the fixer? Ready for John's innovative solution to a bad night's sleep? John, try and sleep tonight, maybe. That's it. It's worth a shot, isn't it? But then he said to me, what was the noise? What was the noise anyway? And I said, oh, well, it was like a humming, like a buzzing, a high-pitched buzzing, humming sound. I said, you can hear it if you want. Here we are. He said, oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's awful. I said, yeah, I know. He said, was that all night? I said, oh, pretty much, yeah. He said, oh, no wonder you couldn't sleep. I said, I know. And then he said, can I see that machine for a second? I gave it to him. He said, the thing is... There you go. Yes, John, listen, it's a great cause. Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Still ahead, our Royal Variety Review of the Year, plus a spellbinding performance from Royal Wedding cellist Sheku Kanneh-Mason. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Alexander Armstrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Royal Highnesses, well, what a year of news it has been. We've had everything from bad news to really bad news to terrible news. We've had a wonderful range of news, haven't we? Now, imagine if the world existed where we could rewrite our news, like a sort of soap. It'd be very tempting, wouldn't it, to kill off all the main characters. But here is the team from The Imitation Game to rewrite the soap we are all living through. Please welcome Debra Stephenson, Luke Kempner, Jan Ravens and Rory Bremner.
Good evening, your Royal Highnesses, lords, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be here. I want to say, I got to say, it's so good to be here tonight at the London Imodium. I don't think there's ever been so many people in this theatre before. There's got to be 500,000 people here tonight. There's got to be. Are you ready to go? Let's roll the tape.
2018. Quite a year, wasn't it?
It was like one long straight road. Was it good for you?
Let's not go there, shall we? Any highlights for you?
No, my hair is entirely natural. Hair? No, the highlight for me was the trip to Blenningham Palace. No, I loved that. That was really good.
Well, if he drives over us, at least we won't have to eat dinner with him.
I hope there aren't steps. I hate steps. I hate steps.
Oh, don't worry, we've covered them up with this nice carpet.
Nice carpet. Great colour.
Yes, well, I like it. And so much of it was left over that I was able to fashion this frock. And, matching shoes look matchy-matchy.
We're troops. Mine carry guns. I love this music, I used to play the cymbals. I was in the Beatles. Are you not talking to me?
No. Then we had the wedding.
Oh, the royal wedding? I didn't go. I was ironing my hair. But look, I'm a great friend of Meghan Markle. I know her mother very well, Angela. You know her?
Angela, I know you're thinking of resigning, and I was wondering if the pair of us could just run away, like David Cameron did, and write a book in a shepherd's hut wearing North Face fleeces.
Why on earth do I have to listen to this? She's completely lost
We could
the
be
plot.
like Thelma and Louise and drive off, although, no, not like the Brad Pitt bit, of course, and not like the driving over a cliff bit, which I seem to be doing of my own accord. Oh, and President Macron has been advised of my discussions with Angela Merkel, and she thinks Brexit is going very well.
You what?
As do I, yes.
He doesn't believe her either. Yeah, get off.
Très bien.
Oh, I'm just going to take this phone call, if I may.
Oh, better wait while Theresa takes this. Have you been involved in a referendum that wasn't your fault? If so, you may be entitled to compensation.
Let me tell you, America's a very big country, and France is a very small country. We have a very big president. You have this guy here, okay? But it's a very, very special relationship. It's it's like a civil partnership. That's what it is. Except for the, that little chip on his shoulder. There it is. Let's get that out. It's more of a French fry, I guess. Yeah, only kidding. Sorry about that, Emmanuel. I'm sorry, really.
Despite a busy year, I've still found time for the important things.
Dun, 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 dun.
Get up, get on up. Stay on the scene, like a sex machine.
Stop, please. Start the car.
Well, the scores are in. Let's see what the judges have to say. Bruno.
Oh, Teresa, you were the teaser. I'm telling you, you were like the African queen. But I have to tell you, my darling, we have to restrict your freedom of movement.
Well, good advice for Teresa there. Stop dancing.
In the summer, our football team attended the World Cup. Did you go to Russia?
I wasn't involved. I have never met Vladimir Putin in my life, right?
No, we have a little something for you. Okay, quick, pass it here, quickly. Too slow, you're dead. Just... It's a present from the people of Russia.
Thank you so much. That's great, thank you.
Yeah, it's ticking, but don't worry about that.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, it reminds me of when I used to play for Arsenal United, you know. It's still ticking. It's still ticking. Melania, I think this is for you. Happy birthday. Love you.
Please, kill me now.
Great tournament, Harry.
Oh, yeah, thank you. It's unbelievable, really. You know, it was the summer of football coming home, if you're in a home in France, which I do. It's a lovely little chalet, actually. And fair play to Gareth, you know, he stuck to his vision, believed in himself, and... but for me, like, when it comes down to it, the real winner is waistcoats.
Prime Minister, what do you think is the biggest problem facing the planet at the moment?
Global warming, clearly.
No, I don't believe that. I don't go along with that, Teresa. Okay, for me, that is fake news, all right? Where's the evidence?
Here at the Chelsea Flower Show. These stunning gardens that have really made the most of this summer's conditions. This gorgeous Alan Titchmarsh design made entirely out of rock and sand. Or this one by Monty Don, using just sand and rock. But what we're missing here is those lovely little droplets we had when we were younger. What do they call them? Yes, rain.
Well, we've had the hottest year for decades. We've seen the damage done by plastics and Donald Trump. I think the best thing I can do now is to blow the whole thing up. 3, 2, 1.
This summer, our next guest performed for a television audience of millions when he gave a spellbinding performance at the wedding of Your Royal Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The only people at the wedding who missed it were yourselves, as you were too busy signing the register. So, we would like to take you back to that magical day, here with Après un Rêve by Foray, the brilliant Sheku Kanneh-Mason. Thank you, Sheku, for that beautiful rendition. I first saw Sheku perform at the royal wedding and I was blown away by his talent. But I did feel, ladies and gentlemen, there was a gap in the market for something a little more commercial. I immediately contacted his people, and tonight I'm thrilled to be able to announce our joint venture, a new album being released on Tall and Fat Records. I am delighted to present Sheku Kanneh-Mason performs Songs That Are Clearly Beneath Me. An album of classic tracks that should never have been recorded on the cello. Songs from around the world. Songs like this stirring classic from the East. Moving from the world of television into the much-anticipated ragga classical crossover as Sheku Kanneh-Mason becomes Shaggy Kanneh-Mason.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
From a dancehall classic to a movie sing-along, cello meets Spielberg in the ultimate join-in-if-you-know-it crowd-pleaser. And the equally catchy follow-up, Jaws 2. He's better than every single song on this album. Sheku brings you the phone tones of yesteryear. And finally, who won't be moved by this timeless 80s classic?
Cello!
Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for the wonderful Sheku Kanneh-Mason. Our next performer is a stand-up comedian who regularly entertains us on Mock the Week. He's a really good friend of mine, despite the fact that when we were on tour together, I was regularly plunged into a genuine depression when on a daily basis, someone asked me if he was my son. Please give a warm Royal Variety welcome to the superbly talented, the superbly funny Mr. Ed Gumbel!
Thank you, Dad. Greg Davies still fighting a fit at 82. It's a miracle. It's lovely to be here, ladies and gentlemen of the Royal Variety. Very exciting indeed. I come here with a warning, though. I had my first ever massage this year. Made a bit of a mistake. I was very hungry before I had my massage, went for a full roast chicken dinner, and then immediately went for a massage appointment. Yeah, that silence would suggest you know that I made an error there. So I don't know if you react to a full roast chicken dinner the same way I react to a full roast chicken dinner, but when I've had a full roast chicken dinner, let's just say that the forecast is for prevailing winds. I arrived and the lady giving me the massage, quite a small lady, little hands, little sweet glasses. I thought, she does not look like she has enough power to push any gas out of me today. Turns out she was a very powerful woman. She was a UFC fighter packed into a child's body. She pummeled me. Before we even got to that situation, we had a whole other hurdle to get over. I was lying on my front. You'll know if you've been for a massage. You lie on your front, there's a hole in the table, isn't there? You lie on your front, you put your face through the hole, it's very comfortable. They also put a sheet of paper down on that table in case there's any oil spillages during the massage. They can screw out the paper, throw it away, put fresh paper down for a new person. There is supposed to be a slit in that paper where the hole is so you can put your face through easily. I do not know what had happened on that day, but I received slitless paper. I had to spend the first 5 minutes of my massage trying to lick my way through some paper until it was wet enough that I could be born into the massage. It's horrendous, just desperately pushing my face through like watching a calf being born. It was horrible. Then we got to the main issue. I was doing everything I could to hold it all in. I was clenching every single muscle in my body, had my eyes shut because I thought one might escape through there. She knew something was going on. It's like she knew. Every technique she was using seemed to be designed to release them from me. At one point, she put her arm at the top of me like this and pushed the full length of my body down, like she was trying to get the last bit of ketchup out of a sachet. At one point, she said, "Oh, you feel very tense." I thought, yeah, so should you do, quite frankly. One false move and I will take your glasses off your face. Half an hour in, I thought, I'm going to have to do something about this. I've paid for a massage. I have never been more stressed in my life. All I could think was, this is all I could think to do. I thought, I'm just going to have to try and release one quickly and hope she doesn't notice. I thought, just open the tap, Ed, and then shut it off again very quickly. Well, come on, Ed, you know your own body. You can do a silent one on demand. Well, turns out, I do not know my own body. Because, yes, I did one, and no, it was by no means silent. And I did it at completely the wrong moment. Like I say, I was lying on my front. She took my ankle and pulled my lower leg towards my upper leg. And with the motion of that leg, I let rip. No idea why I did that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, normally, at this point of the story, I would make the noise with my mouth, but I thought this is far too magnificent and regal an occasion to do such a thing, and I do have a full orchestra at my disposal, so I will be miming what happened when she pulled my leg using Mark on the trombone. Are you up for this, Mark? This is going to be a special evening for all of us involved. OK, here we go. Mark, did you think I had an elephant hidden up there? What was that? No, you went for another one there. No, don't worry. She went for the leg again after that. After that happened, there was a little pause where I thought, well, maybe she didn't hear that. Well, guess what? She definitely heard it. She probably felt it. She was in the lower quadrant. Her hair probably blew back like a Beyonce video. She said, it's OK, you can relax. That's when I realised. I'd been so worried about being rude by doing that during the massage, I'd not taken into account that doing that in a massage is actually the ultimate compliment to the masseuse. Shows that they have helped you reach a level of relaxation where you don't mind parping in front of a stranger. And once I realised that, everywhere she touched me, I gave her a little compliment. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been very nice. I'm off to eat a full roast chicken dinner before I meet the Duke and Duchess. Thank you very much. Good night!
Coming up, the one and only Rick Astley, and a show-stopping finale with Take That.
He had his first hit at 19 and has since gone on to sell millions of records worldwide. It's an incredible 30 years since his last appearance at the Royal Variety, which, if you're interested, I've worked out, is about 1.2 George Ezra's. So, it's a welcome return for our next performer with the title track from his latest album, Beautiful Life. It is the mighty Rick Astley! Our next performer won the prestigious Best Comedy Award at this year's Edinburgh Festival. I absolutely love her. Please give the warmest of welcomes to the rising star that is Rose Matafeo!
Kia ora koutou. Hello, everyone. How are you? You well? Lovely to meet you. My name is Rose. I'll tell you a bit about myself. I'm from New Zealand. Thank you for clapping. I'm from New Zealand, and I've got to say, this is a really big deal. It's a really huge honour because it's televised back in New Zealand. So very quickly, I hope you don't mind, just a quick shout out. Hi, Mum. Hi, Mum. Yeah, hope you're watching wherever you are. Never met her, but, you know, hopefully she sees this. We miss you. Come back. It's good to laugh about those things. I am from New Zealand. Culturally, I am half New Zealand European and half Samoan, half Polynesian. Where I get my curly hair, actually, my Polynesian side, which I'm very proud of. I love having curly hair, but I got to say, it's had a resurgence lately, having curly hair. Very popular, get a lot of compliments, but I do find there is a kind of patronising undertone to a lot of the compliments you get about having curly hair, because it always comes from people who do not have curly hair themselves, right? So it'd always be like, oh my God, I wish I had curly hair. I love your curly hair. I love it. It's so good. And you know what? You're so brave as well. You're so brave. Yeah? It really takes guts to do what you do, yeah? Oh, it takes guts to do what? And they're like, you know, be ugly. Go you! I'm actually going back to New Zealand for Christmas this year, which is very exciting, and mostly exciting for me because I've been put in charge of a very fun family tradition we have, which is that we make our own homemade Christmas crackers, and I've been put in charge of that this year. So this year, I actually decided to mix it up a little bit, and you know the Christmas cracker jokes you usually get in a Christmas cracker, little fun little jokes, but I've decided to replace all of the punchlines to those jokes with things that I've been meaning to get off my chest to my family for an entire year now. So I'll crack into them. Some of you might know the answers. These are classic Christmas jokes. So this first one here is, what is Santa's favourite colour? What is Santa's favourite colour? And I've got written here, we all know you lost your job, Hamish. It's a bit of a tense one there. It's a classic knock knock. Who's there? Michael. Michael who? Sorry, Richard. I messed that one up. Richard. Richard. Richard who? Sorry, again, Tony. I messed it up again. Tony. Sorry. Actually, sorry, a bit of backstory. This is just me trying to figure out what my aunt's boyfriend's name is. Until he's eventually like, that's me. And I'm like, I knew that. This next one doesn't have much to do with Christmas, but it's still fun. Why did the spider go to the ball? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense, does it? It's sort of like how Candace is here, even though she's not a blood relative and it's a family-only Christmas. And 2 years ago, I wasn't allowed to invite my boyfriend Ben, even though we'd moved in together and everything. That's just his ad-lib. Candace sucks. Candace is a wellness coach. She's a family friend. She's a wellness coach. We're all familiar with what a wellness coach is. It's someone you pay to take all the joy from your life. She's always hassling me. She's like, Rose, are you well? Are you well? You well, Rose? Are you well? You doing well? You want me to make you a green smoothie? Yeah, I'll make you a green smoothie with some moss I picked off the side of a council rubbish bin. Are you well? Are you well? Yeah, spiralizer. Rose, you've got to get you got a spiralizer at home, Rose? You've got to get a spiralizer, because with a spiralizer, what you can do is you can make pasta out of courgettes. It's fantastic. And what you can do is you can just season up that pasta with your own salty tears from your unfulfilled life. It's wonderful stuff. This is the last one I'll do. And this is a classic, and you will know the answer to this, but thank you very much for having me. This is, what is the difference between a snowman and a snow woman? I think we all know this one. Snow women get paid substantially less than snowmen in most industries. Thank you. Shout out to the one snow woman clapping. How are you clapping? It's just sticks for hands. Thank you very much for having me. Goodbye.
Time now to remember some of the much-loved names from the worlds of comedy, music and entertainment we've sadly lost this year.
May I present to you the Queen of Soul, Miss Aretha Franklin.
hard. It's so good to see you, my darling. I think.
Facelifts, intimate irrigation tubes, Botox. I tell you, John, I heard every word you said.
You sound nothing like him.
This is going to be one. Do you think we're all going to spend the next 7.5 hours sitting here like this? Oh, yes, we are, Mrs. Oh, yes, we are. You said you could do it and you wrote in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. My name's Kenneth Dodd, playboy, photographic model, and failed accountant. Now, this...
You're right to be surprised. Well, we're almost at the end of the show, and what a great night it's been. Alex, you enjoyed it? Ah. Did you not enjoy yourself?
Not really. I genuinely hurt myself on the unicycle, and you've genuinely been very mean to me. Thank you. They would not have treated me like that back in the day.
What do you mean, back in the day?
Back in the day? Jimmy Tarbuck wouldn't have treated me like that.
Is that right?
That's right.
Well, let's find out, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, the great Mr. Jimmy Tarbuck! Jimmy.
Big man.
Hello, Jimmy. Alex seems to think that he would have got an easier ride if you'd been the host.
Oh, does he? Now, let me tell you what I've learned in show business, pal. You've got to get out there and capture them. Smile. Love them. And they love you. You understand that?
I think so.
You're not a nervous man, are you? No, you get out there, capture this audience. Wonderful theatre, but be real. Be real, that's what you've got to do.
Will do, Jimmy.
Good
Thank
man.
you very much.
Good.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Thank you.
Well, Jimmy...
just a moment. If I'd have known you were this big, I wouldn't have done this.
Good to be back, then?
Great to be back. You enjoying yourself?
I've had a right old time, Jimmy.
Good.
And it's time for our finale, ladies and gentlemen. So it only remains for Jimmy and I to thank some people. Can I please get a big round of applause, first of all, for every single performer you've seen tonight?
Absolutely. Come on. Now, and let's not forget the ladies.
The Dancing Nans!
Where are they?
Dancing Nans! And now, celebrating their 30th anniversary, this band, who we saw earlier tonight, have had an incredible career, which has seen them sell over 45 million records.
How about that? To celebrate this milestone, even in the recording industry, they've got a new album called Odyssey. Will you please give a big welcome once again?
To Take That!
Take That! Off we go.
But we love to show that we've had success, we've had good time. But remember this,
'cause I look so high I don't have to see me. Finding a paradise wasn't easy, but still there's a road going down the other side of this hill. Forget where you're coming from. Pretend that it's all real. Soon this will all be someone else's dream. This will be someone else's dream. Safe from the out of disappointment for so long. I feel each day we've come too far, and yet each day seems to make much more. Sure is good to be here. I understand the meaning of it, can't explain this feeling now. And it feels so unreal. At night I see the hand that reminds me of the standing darling. The fact of reality. Forget where you're coming from. Pretend that it's all real. Soon this will all be someone else's dream. This will be someone else's dream.
We've come so far, and we've reached so high.
I've been looking each day and night in the eye.
And we're still so young, and we hope for more. But remember this, oh, we're not invincible, no. We're not invincible, no. Lonely people, super lonely people. Hey, we're not invincible. No, we're not invincible. Okay, one last time.
So again I'll tell you, forget where you're coming from. Pretend that it's all real. Soon this will all be someone else's dream. This will be someone else's dream. No, never. No, never. Legacy just don't know.
As the cast take their final bows, the royal party make their way to the stage. The Duke and Duchess are introduced to Peanut, who performed earlier tonight with Circus 1903. Royal wedding cellist Sheku Kanneh-Mason. Next is singer-songwriter George Ezra. Tenor Andrea Bocelli, who flew in specially to perform. Tom Godwin and Adrienne Warren from Tina, the Tina Turner musical. Next is singer Rick Astley. Britain's Got Talent winner Lee Ridley, also known as Lost Voice Guy. Followed by headliners Take That. And finally, the host of tonight's show. As the royal party leave, they also take a moment to say hello to Greg Davies' mum. From all of us here at the Palladium, good night.